Good morning. Perfect. Perfect. Good morning, everyone. My name is Melissa. Welcome. A few minor technicalities there, but we're up and running now. Um, let me give me just a minute here. Let me get this shared out. Okay, good morning, everyone. Wanted to say thank you to Joy and her team for the opportunity for us to share in our love for Handmade with the sale. And so the way we're going to work this is I've got, it should be showing up. I had done a pin, but I'm not seeing it in the comments. Can anyone in the chat tell me if you're seeing a pinned comment with our shipping details? Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Pat. Marie, good morning. Okay, so let me start off. I've got a little disclaimer that I need to share with the group before we get started. To let you know that I'm participating in this live sale as an independent seller. All transactions, including payment, shipping, returns, and communication, are solely between myself as the seller and you as the buyer. The group owner and administrators are not parties to these transactions, make no guarantees, and accept no responsibility or liability for any issues that may arise, including but not limited to quality, delivery, or fulfillment of items purchased. By participating in this live sale, you acknowledge and accept these terms. Okay, so I'm going to show you, I've got some items here. My style is primitive farmhouse style crafting. So I've got some items here. I'm going to be showing you a number. I'm showing you a number, and you will just comment that number for the items. And if you do shop with me, if you will leave in your comments your email and your complete mailing address. You can either leave it in the comments or you can just send me a direct message. We invoice via PayPal. Invoices need to be paid within 24 hours, and then we can ship your merchandise on out. The buyer does assume shipping, and I use Pirate Ship to get the best rate, shipping from zip code 31554. Okay, so again, if you have any questions at the end of my sale for anything that you might see, either shoot it to me in the comments, and Pat is my moderator, so she'll help with the questions and get your questions answered for you. For some reason I'm out of the group. Bear with me just a moment. Okay, there we are. All right, and I'm in a small room here, so I've got a 6-foot table out beside me, so I may go in and out of view to show you the product. Okay, the first one we have up is these nesting boxes. We have painted these in a warm excuse me. We have painted these in some warm prim colors. This is a folk art image that you see on these little nesting boxes. Okay, we have put some stain on the brims of them. The edges of them have been stained. And I believe on the inside of these, you can't see it, but I have some recycled tea bags. I covered them with recycled tea bags. But this set of Prim boxes, it's not looking. This set of Prim boxes is number 21, and these are $12. All three of these boxes together are about 12 inches tall. Okay, $12. Item 21. Okay, the next thing we have is this bucket. We did a coffee grunge technique on this. I do a lot of coffee grunge mixtures on my products to make them look primitive, rustic, farmhouse style. Okay, and you can see the bottom of it. This is made from cardboard. Totally cardboard. This one stands about 17 inches tall. It's item number 17, and it's $14. Item 17 for $14. Next up is another basket. This one we used a different painting technique, different colors on this one. This is cardboard. We glued a burlap on the inside, put some little rusty wire and some little pine cones here. Stamped a little Prim label on this cardboard basket, bucket, whatever you will. This is item number 51, and it's $14. Next up is this little tuna can. I have put a little wooden pedestal on the bottom. We used some E6000. Painted this in a white chalk paint. Put a stain along the brim edges of it. This would be cute to set on any little table or decorative piece. This is item number 16, and it's $10. It stands 3 3/4 inches tall, and it's 4 inches wide at the brim. Item 16, $10. Okay, next up is another little can. We used a white chalk paint. I wanted to put these purple florals in here to show you how beautiful that is against the label. But we did a white chalk paint. This one we didn't put too much wax around this one. But this one's item number 25, and it's $10. 25 for $10. If you will, say hello to me and let me know you're here. Okay, up next is this little box that we put in a little Handmade with Love. This kind of puts me into a little sewing room, and I used a little styrofoam ball and covered it with burlap and hot glued some little miniature spools in there. And I also put in the bottom a cheesecloth and a white sheet. I had taken one of my old white sheets and I coffee and tea stained it. So I've got a piece of fabric in there. Topped it off with a little light that we can light up the little sewing room. At the top, this is just a tea light. Covered it in a homespun fabric with again with a tea stained old sheet cloth. Added some eucalyptus that I had dried. This eucalyptus, this came from my tree, and I had dried that, and then attached some Sweet Annie. But this little box is $12, and it's item 33. 33 for $12. Okay, up next, this is I believe this is an 8.5 by 11 board. We painted the back of it. Everything is sealed. I seal everything with polyacrylic or Mod Podge. This was a free downloadable image of this little rustic looking church with the pumpkins. I don't know if you can tell, but I did some staining on the corners and the edges of the image to make it look aged and worn. And this is a tea bag that I upcycled a tea bag, printed the autumn blessing signs on my printer, and then attached it to a piece of burlap on the corner with a twine, and I think this is a Celsius ribbon. But this is item number 11, and it's $18. Church with the pumpkins. Okay, up next is another sign. This has got a different image with the little flowers, the little sheet music and lavender flowers. I didn't have any lavender twigs, so I chose some Sweet Annie here with a little homespun ribbon, lined it in a twine, and again I aged the digital image to make it look worn by applying a wax. Painted the back of it and sealed it with polyacrylic. This is item number 24, and it's $18. Number 24, $18. Okay, here's another little box that we did. Applied a coffee cinnamon stain mixture, and I did a wax again to age the corners of it. Put a little let me turn it on. Another little tea light. This is cardboard. I drew out a little prim heart, painted it red, and applied a little piece of homespun fabric in here. This one is item number 44, and it's $12. Number 44, $12. Okay, these are some cans that we created. These were bean cans. This is Old Cabin Molasses. Again, it was a coffee filter that I recycle my coffee filters, and I just used a cinnamon coffee mixture just to prim it up and age it up even more. Put a little twine around the top of it there. We covered it in the tea bag on the bottom as well. This is item number 7, and it's $10 for the Old Cabin Molasses. And then here's another can. This one is fresh churned farmhouse butter. Okay, the same technique with covered it in Mod Podge, and then the tea bags. Coffee and cinnamon grunged them up even more. Applied a little jute twine. This one is item number 20, and it's $10. Okay, here's a little wood sign that we did with a slate board. This is just a slate board, and I painted the back. This little snowman image. And I did some sanding along the edges just to kind of blend it in so that it wouldn't be straight lines. And again, emphasis on sanding corners and edges. And then I printed this little welcome warm winter wishes. I printed that on a coffee bag, ran it through my print on 8.5 by 11 paper, and then cut it out and attached it as a little tie, and then added this little twig of pine cone and snowy twig there. This is item number 52, and it's $12. 52 for $12. Okay, I have a little jar. I'm going to plug it in so you guys can see it. I added some lights in this little jar. Put a Liberty Wool label on it. This is tea bags. You see the lights. Mod Podged and applied the tea bags. A little homespun ribbon. Cheesecloth, excuse me. This is cheesecloth. Put some Sweet Annie, some homespun fabric, and let me plug it in for you. Ah, disregard. I guess I won't be plugging it in. Got my cords are at the wrong end. But anyway, you can use this as a, you can use this on a nightstand or wherever. This is item number 37, and it's $25. Number 37 for $25. Okay, I'm sure everybody remembers this jar. This was a rather popular jar in the group. This is a darker technique that we did. We did Mod Podge, and I believe these were also tea bags, and just did it in a darker coffee mixture. Put some homespun. This is a coffee filter that we stained it up even more, added some fabric to it and a little bit of jute twine. This is item number 62, and it's $22. Number 62 for $22. Okay, next up is another can. This is a very large bean can. We did some staining on the bottom. Trimmed it up, added a, this is a jute twine in green. Put some little homespun fabric on it. This is a little Liberty Wool label again that we used. This is item number 55, and it's $20. $20 for item 55. Okay, here is a sunflower wreath. This is just a cardboard form that I used and painted it. These, my style is primitive, aged, worn. So I can't leave sunflowers bright yellow. So I dipped these in the coffee cinnamon mixture to age them up. And we just hot glued them on here. I tied a little homespun fabric to it. This is item number 12. Item number 12, and it's $12. Number 12 for $12. Okay, next up is a rag tree. I did buy the form. I purchased the form. And then I took my homespun fabrics and made up this little lovely tree. It has a little prim star with a rusty wire and a button at the top. These were very, very fun to make. There are lots of different versions of rag trees. This is only one of many that I'm hoping to get made for the Christmas holiday. If not this year, next year. This is item number 59, and it's $25. But we just, we alternated colors of homespun fabric and just weaved them in the back. What is that? 59 for $25. Okay. Next up are some more cans that we applied the Mod Podge. Put some primitive labels on them. And what I did for the lid is I used cardboard. I don't know if you can tell, but that is 3 layers of cardboard. And then I just bought a little wooden knob and stained it and applied the little, with some E6000, put the little knob. So you've got a set of 3 of these. Here's the other one with the Simply Primitive, the ever famous crow. So here's the other one, a little bit lighter on the technique. Primmed up the cardboard for the lid. You can leave these loose or you can glue them down. I chose to leave them loose. And then here's the third one in the set. This is the sunflower and the crow. And I didn't do anything on the inside. I just left them plain on the inside. I think I might have painted the bottom of them. Okay. So you get that set of 3. Item number 26 for $25. Item 26 for $25. Hold, please. I'm moving these closer to the end of my table. Okay, here's another can. We used the feathered Christmas tree on this one. Printed this on a muslin fabric. Stained the back of it, painted it in a chalk paint, and then used a wax to emphasize the edges of the can. Put a little homespun fabric along the rim and tied some bells to this one. This one is item 42 and it's $12. Number 42 for $12. Okay, here's another can that we did. This is Mrs. Butter's baking powder biscuits. Much, much darker on this. This may not be everybody's style, but it's a style that I love. Primitive farmhouse style. I do have some more farmhouse products coming up. But this is a cheesecloth, and we just darkened it some more and tied a little jute twine on it. This is item number 38, and it's $10. 38 for $10. Okay, here's another one with a lighter. Just a lighter texture on that one. We left the bottom. We didn't paint the bottom on that one. This is hand-churned buttermilk dairy fresh. This one, and I think I put some tea bags just along the inside brim. This is item number 15, and it's $10. 15 for $10. Okay, next up, I have some images that I printed on fabric on my printer. This is a fallish color fabric that I purchased, and then what I do is I iron a piece of freezer wrap. It's got the waxy white freezer wrap. Cut it down to 8.5 by 11, and then have the image up on my computer, and then run these through the printer. Okay, so you have Harvest Time. I think these are 8.5 by 11. Harvest Time. These are $25 each. This one is item number 32 for Harvest Time. And this one is Fall Harvest. These are all $25. This one's item 28. Bittersweet. You can frame these images, or you can use them to craft with. You can use them to cover a pillow. There's multiple uses that you could get from these. Let's see, this one's Bittersweet. Bittersweet is item number 46. And Pumpkins and Gourds is item number 27. Thank you, Valerie. Appreciate that comment. Thank you, Pat. Okay, and then I also print on tea bags through my home printer. I've got a collection of 6 in the set. What I did was I just taped them onto an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. But you can see this is a tea bag. I've got the pumpkin and the pear. I've just got them, I've just got them in here just to protect them and keep them straight, keep them from tearing. So we have the pumpkin and the pear, and then you get a crow and a sunflower, and then you get corn and that's an apple. Okay, these are also, I believe I got them for 25. Yes, these are 25. This is item number 49 for that set of 6. And we have another set. This one is the pumpkin and the black cat on the pumpkin. And then we have just a black and white leaf and the colored leaf. And the butterfly and the owl. And again, I printed these on tea bags. These are $25 for the set of 6. And this one's number 3. $25. Okay, hold please. Let me scoot things down again. Okay, this is a pickle jar, and let me see. Oh gosh, I was going to try to plug it in for y'all, but I don't want to be pulling on all my cords. But this one, I put lights in this one also. This is I think I did this one in a white chalk paint and just a cinnamon. I don't think this one even has coffee. Just a whiter, and I put a piece of clear, plain cheesecloth, a little red twine that has some beads, and a little red truck carrying Christmas trees. But this makes real pretty for a night light. This one is item number 43, and it's $23. 43 for $23. Okay, and this is a chicken family. I printed this on muslin fabric through my printer, and I put some seamstress tacks on that. Anything weathered and old and aged, that's how I roll. So I grabbed a piece of weathered wood from my yard, did a painting technique on the back of it, pretty much left the front of the wood weathered as it was. And I sealed the piece of wood with a clear polyacrylic. But this was printed on my home printer. This one is item number 50, and it's $28. Number 50 for $28 for the chicken family. You know, now that we're into our sale, I actually have. I know we only have four people here, but these were some prizes that I was offering during the live sale only. Each order gets your name on the wheel for these two prizes. This is the feathered tree image I used again, and coffee stained it on a piece of canvas. But these were the designated giveaways that I selected. The feathered tree again, I just glued that. I'm not a seamstress, so everything is glued. And I put some polyfill in it. But these are the giveaways. You get one entry per order for these. The names will go on the wheel of names, and I'll be doing that spin live from my page on Monday around 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Okay, here's another can. I think we're getting down to very little time left here. So here's another can. We did the cheesecloth, the jute twine. This one's item number 22, and it's $10. 22 for $10. This is a farmhouse tray. This was originally a cobalt blue. I purchased these little wooden feet, and I've used some E6000 to glue these on. This was a gift bag that I Mod Podged in, and I put some staining around the edges, did some staining on the handles. This is item number 13, and it's $15. Number 13 for $15. Then I have another tray. Again, these were about to make it to the Goodwill, and I decided to pull them back. But this one I used a little different brush painting technique on this one. Used some E6000 on the legs and stained the corners of the legs. This one's item 35, and it's $15 for this one. Okay, and now I have some little Prim stars. How are we doing, Pat? We got what, 2 minutes? These are, I did a nail punch on these. These are made from cardboard. I put a little rusty wire. I don't know if you can see that. I did a little rusty wire with a twine. Punched it with nails. I have 2 of those available. They're $8 each, and this is item number 60 for $8 each. And then I have some that are plain. I have 7 of these available. I just didn't punch these. Made from cardboard. Number 45, these are $8. And again, I have 7 of those available. Okay. Okay, next up is, these are olive jars that I put a little Prim label with the scarecrow and the sunflower. Did a cinnamon Mod Podge technique on these. Put some Excelsior around the lids. This is number 61, and it's $12 for the little olive jar. Here's a different one with the Simply Primitive label. This one's $12 also for this upcycled olive jars. Can somebody let me know something in the comments? Pat or Angela, do we need to round up? Do we need to wind this down? Okay, this is another can that we did with a little rusty wire and a wine cork for the label. Okay, with chalk paint. This one's item number 30, and it's $12. Item number 30 for $12. Okay, this is a pocket pillow that I covered this with a homespun fabric and piece of muslin on the back. It's all glued, not sewn. This is that same image I had printed on muslin fabric from my printer, and then I just grimed it up and waxed it and aged it up a little bit. I put some Sweet Annie, some little berries, and a little rusty star. This is one of my pillows, and I just recovered it. This is item 23, and it's $26 for this pocket pillow. Item 23 for $26. Here's a fall harvest jar. We did coffee filters on this one. Coffee filters on it, and use some coffee and cinnamon on the top. Some homespun fabric and some little berries. Okay, this was an image I printed on my home printer. This one is item number 5, and it's $22. Number 5 for $22. Here's the pumpkins and gourds. Let's see, who do we have up after me? See, after me is Susie Q Creations, so you guys be sure and stick around. We got several vendors lined up for the next few hours up until 5 o'clock this afternoon. This is another one that we used coffee filters on it. Added some homespun fabric and some cheesecloth. This one is item number 48, and it's $22. Number 48 for $22. All right, I'm going to keep going until somebody hollers at me and lets me know. I know we were late getting started, but we do have another vendor scheduled. I don't see any comments here telling me it's time. This is a little shelf pillow, an old iron that was already coffee grunged when I purchased it. And then I added a piece of gingham print. This is all glued and filled it with bags. This is item number 53, and it's $12 for the little shelf pillow. $12. Okay, this is another pillow that we did with muslin fabric, coffee stained. Printed this image of this little snowman on the home printer. I think I have this one filled with beans in the bottom. This is item number 18, and it's $14. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and end. We have another vendor coming up to keep in line with the schedule. But if you have any questions about anything, if you'll just visit me later and shop my page, you'll find some of these items that I sell on my Etsy shop as well as from my page. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you for joining my live. And if you will, just stay tuned for Susie Q Crafty Creations will be coming up next. Thank you. Y'all have a great rest of your day.